Over the years I've dealt with a large number of trustees, and whether you go for a private trustee or a government trustee really depends on your own personal situation. But the underlying thing I've found with trustees is to find one that you can talk to and you can deal with. If you leave it up to your creditors to bankrupt you and they put in their own trustee, they are going to be very aggressive. Whereas if you go bankrupt yourself, and whether it be with AFSA, the government trustee, or whether you choose a private one, you can deal with them and you can talk to them. And the thing to remember is that the trustee is there for you as well. He's not just there for the creditors, he's there for you as well to handle your financial affairs so that you can draw a line in the sand and get back on track. When a creditor wants to bankrupt you, it goes to the federal court, and the federal court will appoint a trustee. Now, the creditor has the option of having a nominated trustee where he nominates the trustee he would prefer. Undoubtedly, in those situations, I've found that the trustee is there with the creditor's interests. He's not impartial. It's hard enough to have an impartial trustee as it is. So the best thing to do is for you to go bankrupt. Now, whether that be the government AFSA or whether that be a private trustee that you appoint, it depends on your circumstances. I personally have a preference for appointing AFSA, and then if you need to, you can, and there's a creditor that would like your file transferred to a private trustee, doing it that way. I found AFSA very good to deal with and very understanding, as opposed to some of the private trustees. Again, the thing to do is that when they send a letter out wanting more information, is to get onto it and answer it as quickly as possible. The longer you leave things with a trustee, and the longer you procrastinate it out or you're not too sure of the answer, the more they start to delve into it and look for the reasons why you're not answering. Whereas if you answer it and it's a satisfactory answer and it's the right answer, well then that finishes it, and then your file's closed and off it goes. While ever your file's open and they're looking into things, more things happen. Over the years, the number of people that have either struggled on in business or struggled on without going bankrupt, and things go wrong, more people come in, the tax office gets involved, it just goes on and on and on, and all of a sudden they've got this massive problem. Whereas if they had done it day one and planned it, then they wouldn't have had all those problems, and there would have been a lot less stress on them and on their family and on their own financial situation and their own future.